This is very wonderful words. Why Buddha truly enlightenment? Saying here that he completed, all qualities and all abandoned. Why? And then Mohammed says, this is that your mind is naturally luminosity. Here also already speaking about luminosity, the Dzogchen word. Every sentient beings, the mind, naturally Buddha, naturally Trikayas, naturally, self-awareness. And then, yet we have very strong and powerful negative emotions, or just all of us. But these strong and negative emotions are, we say, temporary, temporary, very temporary. Generally, the exams of the clouds and skies, water and eyes, fog and sky, there's many examples. Actually, for all of us, if we literally understood of this temporary, anger is temporary, desire is temporary, ignorance is temporary. Even we don't know anything of luminosity, but still, if you know this is temporary, I think it helps, if you really know this is temporary. It is temporary. So we have experience of that. Our sufferings, our emotions, every day different. Every day. So because of this temporary. So, temporalis. And then on the top of that, we have antidotes, that such that temporarily defilement can remove, because there's such kind of antidotes you could call realization of the selflessness. And this is, Muhammad says, particular wisdom. This is also very important word, particular wisdom of the realization of selflessness. Generally, human beings' wisdom is incredible. Word incredible, do you know what means word incredible?
Difficult to believe.
Sorry, yes, difficult to believe. Really, what human being does is incredible. But that wisdom is not particular wisdom. That wisdom is a little bit really like, anyway, that wisdom is not particular wisdom, because they are not even close to the realization of the selflessness. So, particular wisdom, which they use of the insect or rikpa or whatever. And then, when we have such path, the antidote of the defilement of path, like, based on the particular wisdom, then we need to develop this with methods. I think it's wisdom and methods. Method is always change. Method means like very temporary, you'd say. That wisdom is more like permanent. Method depends on how much I have wisdom. And then we need to change methods. That's why also we have Hinayanas, Shavakayanas, or Mahayanas, many yanas, many different, teachings. Because when this wisdom becomes developed, then we have to use different methods. When you have, when you are 10 years, and we have method of covering cloth is different than when you are 40 years, because I think 10 years, cloth, we cannot cover it when you're 40 years, because your wisdom of body is very grown up. So likewise, here they're talking about the method we need to make more, practiced or accomplishing whatsoever. Anyway, cheer up. Wisdom and methods makes our realization and abundant are more increased, or more realization gain and more abundance are less. and etc. So these are the, then here, Mipham Rinpoche says, this not only faith or kind of someone says, but this has logic. This has really like strong logic, but power of the logic, we can establish it. And here also he used repeat he says it's very important to have confidence. These things have such really logic, when wisdom and methods are going well, and then realization increasing, and also ignorance are like more abundant. So these things we should have, confidence. I think because ignorance, how much we remove ignorance, how much we abandon ignorance since we studied until now, it's limitless. We already abandoned. So when you first born, you don't know who you are yourself. You don't know what is this, what is that, etc. Okay, anyway, then if you want to really use such logic, then we need to study more Dhammakritis and books and etc. So this is more like, the how he accomplished it of the perfect accomplishing is self. What is English translate now?
Buddha's perfection of activity done for his own sake.
Okay, say again.
Buddha's perfection of activity done for his own sake.
Yes, because that means like how he become enlightenment with practicing. So not only Buddha Shakyamunis, but all great masters, etc., they also come through that way. So in that case, we should believe of the one day we also, maybe this life, maybe next life, that we don't know, right? But it's not so much matter actually. So if we want to be very beautiful in next life, then what we need is we need to be more patient. If you want to be very wealthy in the future, next lives, we need to train more what is called that generosity. And if you want to be really high realm levels, then we need to keep more ethics. If you become very powerful man, we need to practice of the diligence. And then beautiful, wealthy, powerful, but still, if our mind is very or dullness or very lightness, then it's also not so nice. So maybe we put meditation and wisdom. Then I think this next life can be very wonderful coming up. And that's called, I think, miracle lake, okay? Miracle lake is, maybe this lake is not really this lake, but maybe life and next life, and these two kind of legs, you can go up and up. Because when this body become very old, we cannot do much. Then we need to change new leg. Better legs, as